we saw the mammoth crowd of yesterday. You can just imagine the mammoth crowd that went to the airport to visit, is it visit or to welcome VDM back from China. And you might be asking myself this question: is this young? What is really behind his activism? Because from the look of things and the way it's happening, if you watch the video, you see that this one is beyond normal. Yes, we've seen activists in Nigeria and other parts of the world. Someone that can be so bold to say, and even so, we never reach him half. You understand? So I'm just coming from the angle that something is behind what this young man is doing, and whatever is behind him should be found out.
Well, I don't think there is anything supernatural that is behind him, that is beyond human comprehension. Let me just say that Nigerian youths are behind him. That's what I can say, because he finds people who align with his activism, his vision, and everything. So that's probably the reason why you see a lot of people follow him there, because they align with his activism. So he's probably speaking a lot of minds of a lot of people, and yeah. So that is what I believe. I don't think there's.
Do you know that one of the things that baffled me most is that, or baffles me about VDM, is that VDM steps in where some government top officials cannot step in. VDM speaks what some of the government officials cannot speak, what so many persons I know in Nigeria cannot say. VDM steps in, VDM does things that most people are afraid to do or say. Do you understand?
Of course.
So the question is, what is really okay? The recent happening between him and Bayo Onanuga. Do you understand? He was accused of whatever, and someone was later arrested and all that. And he was told that once he enters Nigeria, they will grab him. And now VDM is in Nigeria, yet we've not heard anything about catching him. That's why I'm telling that something is behind his activism.
Well, first of all, I would say that if you have a very clear conscience, you don't have anything to fear for. He knows.
This is not. What of us in the can? If you're talking about clear conscience now.
VDM knows that he didn't do what was alleged. It was the video, according to him, was adulterated. So he had nothing to fear, and I think that even the presidential spokesperson himself knows that. Yeah. So I think Bayo Onanuga, whatever, I think he already knows that, and it was very, very wrong of him to have come out to allege such things without proper investigation of the real matter. And in the case of VDM, look, we are all in Nigeria. Nigerians like this messiah. Nigerians are people that believe that there's somebody that should speak for them.
People say like VDM.
No, I know go tell I like him like that. Do you understand? I like him.
But you just believe in him.
Yeah, I like what he does. I have not agreed with him totally in everything that he has done. Okay. There's been a lot of moments where I disagree, and there's been a lot of times where I agree with his activism. So if we are doing something, if someone is doing something right, I think the person should be appreciated.
I just feel like this guy, if something is behind him. Okay, look at the situation where his issue with Kimichi, sorry. We are Kimichi and all that. Somebody that could fake his burial. You try to understand this thing. You understand? The only person that enters into areas where kidnapping and banditry happens and still goes back.
That is show you the roads in the country. If a private citizen can have more reach to situations before the government agencies and all of that, that's show you, and that is exactly the reason why the Nigerian masses are solidly behind him. That's why people will die for him. That's why people will come out at the airport to protest against his arrest, because he's the one that represents most when it matters most. So thinking that there is a supernatural something behind VDM, or maybe there's a powerful force somewhere. Of course, he has now access to a lot of powerful people in the country who are not even on the social media, who are not that visible, of course. But I believe that his primary source for power and whatever thing that you believe might be behind it is
Well,
the Nigerian people.
one thing I know, I am certain is, and that is why I'm ending this, is, as far as I'm concerned, if Nigeria could shut down the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria can still grab VDM. It's just a matter of time.
Nigeria have not shut down the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
No, it's not. Like I'm saying, like if they could arrest him, freedom. Yeah, there's nothing sweet past freedom. You walking around every day. He's been in prison at this one.
Yeah.
Even if people are still ready to die for him, people are still ready to do things for him.
Of course.
But then, if they could hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all people who had dual citizenship of America, I think VDM is not untouchable somehow. But then we'll keep looking at things as they unfold. Maybe see how far these things will go, or maybe one day.
Well, there is no